Mic check. Back at it. No Apology, the podcast. Episode 27. I am your host, SHAQUILLE. COVID free. My brother Chris.
Yeah, I'm in here, man.
He back.
Feeling better, so
We back.
I'm back.
We back.
I'm back too.
We back, man. What's going on, my brother? What's up with you, man?
Hey, nothing, man. Glad to be back in this no apology round back. Regular shit, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be back. Definitely COVID free, man. Yeah, it's just I'm glad to be back. It was a weird little time. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie. It was them first couple days was a little bit rough. You know what I mean? Had to kind of distance myself from social media. Couldn't really be on social media too much. Had to really just lock in and not, you know what I mean, get stressed out, depressed and shit. And it's crazy because the last episode we recorded was about COVID.
The effects of COVID and
the cases going up and shit. Little did we know, like.
Yeah, and we talk about coincidence. That was some coincidental shit.
You know what I mean? Like, and that shit really did feel like a cold, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even feel that sick until, like, after, like, that next week and shit. So, yeah, man. I'm glad to be back in this joint. So, what we talking about today, man? What you want to get into first?
Yeah, man.
And what pro? Because you sent me this text, but what's the background story? Like, why you wanna go on this type time? What's the vibe? What's the energy?
I'm
today?
just, you know what I'm saying. We've been having a little off topics. You know,
Okay.
we usually keep it current events.
All right.
Yeah, I actually got some feedback from the podcast recently too, and people was like, they like when we get off the current events for a little bit and just dive into deeper topics that really make people think.
Okay.
And deeper discussion. So I figured, why not talk about some shit everybody can relate to?
All right. Let's get into it then. What you want to get into first?
All right, so now it's 2020. In your previous episode, shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. No apology, you know, you touched on the social dilemma, our attention spans and everything like that. Now I'm just taking that, but we're going to take it to a different level, and now we're going to talk about it from a relationship aspect, though.
Okay.
Now, we grew up through, you know, so many different changes, interactions. Growing up, we got the traditional route, you know, asking a girl out on a date and taking her out and shit like that, man. But now it's like it's real different with social media out here.
Right.
It's a lot of relationships that are being formed from dating websites or just sliding in somebody's DMs, like, we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
And when do people really know, like, with everybody that's sliding in DMs and going on these quick dates, is when is the time to wife it up? And when is the time to let it go?
That's tricky because you don't really know the angle being on a social media tip, because when you meeting somebody or trying to talk to somebody, you only looking at their looks first. So on Instagram, you only see how they look. So it could be lust. You know what I mean? It could be a lusty vibe where they ain't really trying to fuck with you, but they trying to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
the question would be, you know, how do you know when to lock it up?
And just to formulate, like I said, we grew up traditional. You hear the love stories where, you know, love at first sight and things like that, right? I think for men, it's all about grasping our attention and how long you can keep our attention for. And that's just my example of it. Because for a woman, there's plenty of women out there, billions of women, right? But that one woman that's going to keep your attention, whether it's through conversation, through, you know, the physical, you looking at her, but as long as she could keep your attention, the longer you're going to want to be with that woman. Am I tripping, or, you know, how do you look at it?
I mean, any girl that I've ever, you know what I'm saying, any girl that I've ever, like, smashed, like, on the first night or, like, just on some quick shit, I never was trying to, like, cuff. So it was never like, You know, some people be like, it don't matter when you had like it's people that be married and they had sex on the first night.
That is true. That is
and
true.
If that works for you, that works for you. But for me, like, it got to be a little bit deeper than just that. Because if I get that first, I'm not really about to be worried about a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me though. So I just think, you know, in this social media era, like, I think we should kind of look away from, and we got it easy because you kind of get to know people before you even meet them physically.
Yeah.
You could talk to somebody in the DMs. You get to see them in person. You get to see them how they look already. Like, it's not the same as like back in the day when you just running into somebody off the streets. Then you got to get to know them. Like, you can get to know somebody from a distance first. And then when you meet them, it's already chemistry built. So it's like, I don't know. It's at a point where you have to just take away the physical aspect and get more into the mental aspect. And once you get to answer the question kind of short and plain, like once you get to that mental aspect where y'all clicking and connecting, that's when you lock it up. But I wouldn't even wait too long for that neither, because if y'all just straddling the fence and borderline, you know what I'm saying, we fucking but we ain't got no title, that's something that you want to avoid, because that's damn near all these, you know, situations now. Like,
yeah,
people don't really know, you know, or not even they don't know. It's a lot of people that's just quote unquote unemotionally attached or emotionally unattached.
Friends with benefits and shit.
Yeah, and people just be afraid to get hurt type shit.
Yeah, man, it's tough, especially like you said with social media. You get an idea of who the person is. You think you know the motherfucker, but you can never really know somebody truly, in my opinion, until you actually meet them in person.
Yeah,
because anybody could create that type of aura that they want to present themselves as on social media, because you're in complete control of how you want people to view you. Yeah. So of course you're only going to put the positive aspects of yourself, your good side.
Right.
You're not going to show
representative.
You're not going to show your bad. You're not going to show your ugly, because you want, you know, to gain viewers.
Yeah.
So it's tough. And one thing I can say is that going back when I was really on my shit, right, sliding in DMs, it's a hard job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy to get a reply back, especially from let's say you're trying to bag a pretty girl, right?
Okay.
And she got a lot of, you know, followers or whatever the case may be. You think you the only guy that's going to be hitting her up, or you think what's going to make her get your attention if you don't know her from a can of paint?
You got to stand out. That's my advice to any like young niggas, like, or even just grown men, you feel me, that might be listening to this. Like, you got to stand out. You can't be doing the same heart eyes and googly eyes and all that on a picture or like a video. Like, because at the end of the day, that's still lust. You know what I mean? Like, you got to kind of stand out and kind of think like, all right, I know. And most of us have niggas or guy friends that we know how they move on social media. So it's like you kind of get the gist of how everybody moving anyway. So you gotta, it's easy to stand out in my opinion. But you know, a lot of girls want you to do the opposite of what these other niggas are doing. Like, everybody doing the, yo, what's up, ma? Like, you looking good, like blah 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 blah.
The compliments, like, you gotta go straight to
and
it.
That's cool, compliment here and there, you know what I mean? But it's I see reckless shit sometimes, like girls like screenshotting crazy messages niggas is saying like yo, what's up with you? I'm trying to fuck right now, like type time, like, and I just think you gotta get to the mind first. You get to the mind and the body gonna follow. Like, you get the mind. I'm not even saying that in a controlling way, but I'm just saying you get the mind and you understand the mind. The body is gonna come with it.
Yeah, but would you pursue a girl on Facebook? I mean, whatever fucking social media platform, if you don't know her in real life, though.
If I don't know her in real life,
would you?
Yeah.
But how could you ever been catfish before?
Oh yeah, I've been catfish, but I wasn't trying
I think all the best of us been catfish before.
I've definitely been catfish, but I wasn't the girl that I was catfish by. I wasn't trying to like be with her.
How was your catfish experience, bro?
This was like
years
ago.
This for the listeners too.
I mean,
I got one as well.
Well, the girl that I was talking to, it wasn't even like talking. It was just like back and forth conversations here and there. Like then we got in the text and was talking, but I already knew it was something fishy going on. Even like
You
before
never
the
tried
catfish.
it with the FaceTime, and it was before FaceTime though, right?
Nah, iPhones was out.
Okay.
iPhones
So
was
everybody
out.
had FaceTime.
Yeah,
shit.
iPhones was out, but it was just like I said, when it came to linking up, it was always kind of an excuse.
An excuse.
And then it was some weird time where we was going to link up, and she sent me the address, and the shit was like in the mountains, like in the Poconos somewhere. Like I'm like, oh hell no!
Hey,
I was never driving out nowhere, and I don't even know you, sis. Like I'm not about to drive in the middle of nowhere to meet you. Like So yeah, that was my experience. Like it wasn't nothing crazy. Like I was trying to like wife the chick. But we were just cool kicking it.
Yeah, and I had some shit like that, but it was just like all on Facebook at one point, right?
Okay.
Beautiful girl,
What was
nice
her name?
pictures. I ain't gonna throw no names out here.
My
man's somebody. I forgot the fucking name. It was something Washington or some shit like that.
Oh, all right.
But you know how they get you.
Oh wait, what's her name? She had glasses. Light skin Joan you talking about?
She had glasses though.
Oh yeah, she catfished everybody. I know that girl you talking about. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, but you feel me? Hit her up. It's probably somebody that's probably listened to that shit to this podcast.
Who gives a fuck?
Probably create
Who
the
gives a
account.
fuck? Listen, all you want. What you gonna do?
Probably create the fake account, but yeah, man, going back and forth every time we're supposed to chill with some crazy shit. Shorty was getting money, I think, like a nurse joint or something like that. Shit sounded too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we all been there, brothers, catfish. So now that's what makes it even harder nowadays, having the possibility of being catfished after you stand out. You know what I'm saying? So after you get the girl now, let's say you figured it out, known and lock it in. And even in this day and age, it's tough for guys because if you got a good-looking girl, right, she's already somebody that's on social media. How can you handle that, bro? And I got to ask you this question because my girl actually doesn't have a social media account. We're going to get into that a little later, but how do you feel being a brother that's having a girl with a popular social media account? How do you handle that, knowing that guys is liking everything? Sometimes guys you personally know, seeing them liking your girl's pictures. How do you feel about that?
Which one you want? Which one me to answer first? Because you asked a couple questions. We could take it one step at a time.
I think the main question I was trying to ask is, how do you feel about the popularity your girl gets on social media?
The popularity, I mean, look, since I started since I had Facebook, you know what I'm saying, I've been popular. So it's like, it would be wrong for me to think like, all right, I'm popular, but I can't have no girl that's popular. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be kind of like insecure of me in a way. Like I don't really think about it like that because yeah, like a girl could be popular, but as long as she got a business side to it, like it's cool. But if you just popular just to be popular on social media, like that's the problem. Because now it's like you for the streets technically. You know what I'm saying? Like you posting just whatever just to get attention. Now if you got like a business and you trying to like run your page and manage it like a business, that's fine. Like I don't really mind that. Like that do you. You know what I mean? I'm not really, against you being popular as a female. Like cause niggas popular on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter all the time. Now though it's rare that you find them with girls because they getting a bunch of girls anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that in a sense the question we gotta ask a bunch of guys too that have those popular accounts, like why you don't have a girl? Because I see a lot of niggas now, some that I know that's popular and they got girls, but you don't ever see them. You know what I mean?
And that's like, one thing too that we was about to get into. Like
you ain't gotta get to that yet. We ain't gotta get to that yet.
Okay, cool.
But so you asked another question too though. You said with the social media being popular, and then you said people that I know,
people that you know liking her picture. Yeah.
Now everybody's different. You know, everybody's different. So I don't really try to hold people or measure people by my yardstick. You know what I mean? Because I'm a different nigga. Like, my friends' girls or like even niggas that I just like occasionally might run into and just dap up. I'm not really about to like their girl's picture. Like I'm not about to, and that's not even just me. Like it's just respect. Like I don't want that because it could get weird sometimes. It could get weird, and just out of respect for whoever the dude is, I just won't do it because I've been in situations where like certain girls that I know, like they wouldn't follow me, or like they would follow me, but then like once I like was talking to them in the DMs, then they wouldn't follow me like 2 days later, because they do like don't want me talking to them. But it ain't even like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just learning from that, it was just like I don't really want to give that energy. Now when it comes to me, how I feel, I just don't play people close as it is anyway. So like you could like my girl picture all you want, like that's social media.
Yeah.
But as far as, you know what I'm saying, trying to talk to her and compliment her and all that shit, like that's nah. Like you could,
that don't fly.
Yeah, you could like a picture and keep it moving, but all that other, you could, even if you do compliment her, you could compliment her. You know, she's beautiful. If you think she's beautiful, cool. But to go past, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying niggas that I know, I'm just talking about random niggas. Like,
yeah.
Now niggas that I know, like I said, I can't really control that because everybody not gonna be like me. But I'm just throwing it out there because we talking about it.
We talking about it. Yeah, we having the conversation.
That's just something that's really out of my control. When I was, if I see it, I'm just not gonna play you too close.
Yeah.
And I don't really like to bring my girl around niggas. I never was the type of nigga that like bringing my girl around a bunch of niggas anyway. Like if I don't really trust you like that, I'm not really about to be like having my girl around with anybody. You know what I mean? Just for, out of respect for her too. Like, cause if you gotta think, you want to protect your girl at all costs in any situation, and you around just anybody, anything could happen. Some shit that's not even involving y'all, you know what I mean? So that's just how I look at it. How about you?
And this my story. My shorty ain't got no social media account.
Oh yeah,
currently,
popularity,
yeah. But I've been in past relationships, with girls that did have social media, and I do have a somewhat different view opposed to what you were saying, because I don't care if you like it, but I agree. No, you can like the picture, but just don't try to do no sucker shit like try to get at her and compliment her all crazy and hard eyes under the picture now. That's just blatant disrespect. One thing about it is like you want your girl to be, look viewed as and know that you have a pretty woman. Right. So that's not nothing that's going to bother me because I know I'm doing something right, which my eyes can see. So you feel me? Like whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
But when it comes to like my niggas, and I think it matters the type of picture and shit. Because if like I'm friends with your girl, you feel me? And if she posts a picture like her makeup or some shit like that, I like it, you feel me? But if she posts a picture of her bathing suit, I'm like, I ain't about to go that shit off the rip. What the hell? Like that's my boy and girl type shit. So I think there is boundaries when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just knowing, your boy. And, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't do that to none of my boys. And that's just off respect, off GQ.
But it's not even, like I said, my niggas, that's automatic off top. But even in niggas that's not even like my bros, like if I see you out in public and I'm gonna dap you up, I'll give you that same respect. You feel me? Just to be honest with you. And I'm not even just saying that just to say that. Like I don't really like to do that with niggas like girls. Like it's too many girls out here, you know what I mean? Like to be playing around like that. Like I'd rather just let you be happy, and because it's a lot of niggas out here that's gonna do that shit anyway. So I don't need you worrying about me.
Yeah, that's real shit.
You know
that's real shit. That's off the respect.
So I definitely feel you on that though, niggas. If your girl posting some shit, like I'm sliding right past it.
Yeah, sliding. Like, I don't even see the shit.
Yeah, that's his girl. Like that's in my mind. Like, oh, that's his girl. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like real. A blank screen in my opinion. Like,
but niggas, they just move different. Like, you know what I mean? I tweeted this shit yesterday. Like, I don't even be cool with my friends' enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna say stretch it and say enemies, but just niggas that you don't really rock with like that. I ain't even friends with them niggas. You know what I mean? Like, people that I might have been cool with before you got into it with them. But out of my loyalty, I'm just not gonna fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be in the middle of that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody don't think like that. Some people just be like, you know what I mean? Y'all situation don't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna be cool with this person. I'm gonna be cool with you. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But when shit go left, you gotta pick a side now.
It's always about picking a side too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So That's interesting too, though. Cause you say your girl don't got a social media.
Yeah, and
that's rare.
It's a rare, and I asked her about that shit too. Like, yo, like what the fuck? Like, it's 2020, girl. Everybody, and especially being a female, you know, you like to take pictures and shit like that.
Yeah.
But her thing was when she got into it when she was younger, like she ain't really fuck with it like that. Like she'll get the likes and shit like that, but it just really didn't phase her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's different.
That's
and
rare.
it was appealing too, I would say. Like to know in this day and age, somebody that's not just locked into their phone looking at social media type shit. Like she still watch a little podcast and YouTube and shit like that, but it's different. Cause
but
everybody,
when you see your girl, like you would think that she has social media. Like,
yeah.
You would think that she has social media because she looked like she could have like a portfolio like on social media, like just
a
doing
little
something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's I don't know that's definitely like different.
Yeah, but I always been like I don't know, and I think I'm a handsome guy, but like I never was the type to like really stress about being shown off to other people or having your friends' approval. I was never that type of guy. You feel me? As long as you fuck with me, and we good. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need you to show me off on your Facebook or show me off on your Instagram.
So let's talk about that too. So let's talk about all right. So you said two things. You said showing you off on social media, and then you said the friends' approval.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's two things.
Because that's tough. You know
that's tough.
It's niggas that's out here that's really. So let's do. Because you gotta get before you can get to social media, you gotta get to the friends first. So
yeah, that is true.
Let's talk about approval from friends. What? I don't even know how to even phrase this question. I'm gonna just speak for myself because you kind of answered it for yourself already. You know, to be honest, like you say, like I don't really do too much, and like I really take it as, you know what I mean, your friends is your friends. You know what I mean, my friends is my friends. I don't really need, you know, my girl to be like close with my niggas and like hitting their phone up or calling them or like asking them for advice in our relationship or shit like that. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not like that. You know what I mean, I'm not really trying to be best friends with like my girl's friends. That's just not my vibe. Like,
yeah, no, I'm the same way.
That's and don't get me wrong, like I'd rather actually, you know what I mean, in some cases I'd actually rather be friends with a girl than be friends with a dude, you know what I mean? Cuz it's a lot of things that go into play with, you know, niggas be jealous and all that other weird shit. Like girls is kind of different when it's just a real friendship, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't mind that, but like my girl's friends, it's like that's still your friend at the end of the day. Like it's just like with her family, like that's still your family, that's still your friend. Like they gonna be on your side at the end of the day. So it's like we don't need to be close like that, because in the event that we don't end up, you know, being together, I ain't trying to be on some petty shit like, oh yeah, I'm still gonna be cool with your friend. You know
yeah.
Like,
but not even all that type shit. Just like, you know, early on in a relationship, y'all still like within the dating phases, and you know the girl bring her friends around you or family around you. It's not like switching up or anything like that. Of course, you still gonna be yourself, but do you like, you know, try to make them like you type shit? Not try to make them like you, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you care about their approval or care about them liking you type shit?
I might listen, man. I don't change who I am for nobody, bro. Like, if you don't like me, I'd rather you just be like on that side of the fence. Like,
yeah, real shit.
If you don't like me, you just don't like me. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. But right. And it's kind of different, not to get too much off the topic, but with these day and age, like you would think just being the type of person where like you kind of just know what you get with people.
Yeah.
That's not like something that's cherished anymore. Like people just, they want you to change according to what they want you to change.
Yeah.
Like when they feel like you should be doing this or moving like this, they want you to, but when you are an authentic person and like they, you know what you're going to get from this individual, is looked at like, oh nah, like they doing too much now. Like, and that's what you get. I'm going, whatever you think you get with me, like I ain't, how long you know me?
Shit, 10 plus years.
I've been the same. I've been
same
the same.
Nigga.
Not even to toot my own horn, but like, cause you've been the same nigga since.
Hey, I hope so, man.
But like, it's just like niggas don't really switch just cause they're around different people. I'm the same way with anybody in any room. So I can't relate to those type of guys that would like kind of just try to Voltron or chameleon their way through relationships, because at the end of the day you kind of lose yourself. You think don't you think you lose yourself?
Yeah, nah, you do, because you're not being authentic no more.
Yeah,
and that putting on a show shit only gonna last but so long. Eventually,
right.
the real you is gonna come out there.
Yeah.
So nah, I never could do that either, and I ain't trying. We just having a conversation. We just talking this shit. We ain't putting nobody on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like I said, and this is not, we ain't got no situation like that to be putting anybody on the spot, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that
I'm talking about niggas that's listening, because I know this touching a few people.
Oh yeah, right.
People that's
yeah,
like that and
right.
shit that be putting on shows.
Yeah, that's because we ain't judging nobody at all.
That's how you rock. That's how you roll.
We ain't judging nobody. Like if whatever works for you, if because there's people that's probably married right now that be trying like I mean put on a costume and shit for people. So that's if that works for you, cool. But me, I mean, like I said, I'm more uncomfortable when I'm not being myself.
Facts.
I'm more uncomfortable when I'm not being me, just around, whoever. So that's never been a thing for me. Now, when it comes to the social media thing and like showing me off, I mean, it's cool. It's definitely appreciated, especially like if people don't know that we together and shit. Like that's cool. And girls.
So you feel it's necessary? Because if it wasn't there, then you would feel some type of way.
I mean, it's kind of tricky because and I can't speak for everybody because I can't, like I said, that would be me kind of like measuring men by how I move.
Yeah.
Because all men, because I was gonna say like, I think it would kind of be more necessary for girls to do that because you know how it's more so niggas sliding in girls' DMs versus girls sliding in niggas' DMs.
Yeah.
Like girls posting all types of pictures like in tight clothes, bathing suits, of them working out, all types of stuff. So it's like for them, they kind of gotta make it known that they gotta do so that like attention kind of stops for them
or slows down.
Yeah, or it slows down. In a sense. For us, and I'm not speaking for all men, but just me and you and like people like us, like we ain't really doing too much on social media. You know what I'm saying, like now if a girl trying to like fuck with us, that they just really fuck with our vibe at that point. Like we ain't, outside with no shirt on talking about yo, what's up with y'all for the night. Like we ain't really like looking for that. So I don't really mind. I don't mind if my girl wanna post me on social media. Like that's cool. I don't really. What would be the harm in it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be no harm in it. And I don't know. Sometimes that shit be looking crazy with niggas though. Like it be looking forced with some niggas. Niggas be like, damn, like she want me to post her again on my shit. Like, oh my god. Like, but yeah, I know I be peeping some niggas like they don't be posting their girl at all. Like when they go out in the stories, they girl be posting them all in the stories. Yeah. Then you look at his page, Nathan, like he out by himself. It look like
a lot of guys, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be the girl sometimes. Maybe she don't want to be posted. I mean, it is something like like that out there. I would say.
Nah, if she posting you.
That's different. If she
posting you, she definitely trying to be posted. But I just, like I said, I know, and I ain't trying to snitch on niggas, but you know how certain niggas move anyway. Like, all right, I know why he ain't doing that. I know why he ain't posting her. I know why. He definitely don't want somebody that's watching his story to know that he got a girl.
Yeah, so it's a different day and age now with the relationships, but it's still people that's real old school that's still getting married, and I don't know if people notice, and I kind of seen this the other day, that more than 50% of married women cheat. Word? And cheating is this is a known fact apparently, and cheating is a known thing nowadays. And man, woman, whatever the case may be, a lot of people have different views about it, and I take that to strong consideration. Knowingly, all the movies and shit people be watching, like cheating gonna be a factor. Now, when you think about it, it's really no way you can stop a woman from cheating. What do you think about that?
I mean, for one, you can't stop anybody from cheating. So, and it's crazy because I just saw Larsa Pimpin, Scottie Pimpin wife. she was doing an interview with somebody, like some people, and you remember she was messing with Future. So she had broke down like why all that transpired, and she was just speaking on like her being with Scotty for so long and being together for like years, that she never really got to live her own life, and like she did everything for him. Like she was like managing him, managing his schedule. Like he didn't really know what he was doing, like as far as like his schedule wise, if it wasn't for her. So she just got to a point where she was kind of like losing herself at a point, and that kind of like made her go to the extent of messing with, and not even messing with, because she called it a friendship. Like they were both in a place where they quote unquote needed each other.
You talking about Scottie Pippen wife and Future, right?
Yeah. Larsa Pippen. So yeah, that
Okay.
was, and that's why I said that's kind of funny, because that ties into what we talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't really stop anybody from cheating, but I think communication is definitely important, because you can't avoid that cheating part. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just really unhappy, just end it. You know what I mean, don't take it to the further extent and, you know, cheat on somebody. Like, and that's easy for people to say. I know that's way easy for me to say. Like, I can't even say everybody cheated, because, you know, everybody hasn't, but you know, I've been there. So it's like but that was young bullshit. So it's like,
even when you was a young boy, do you feel like it was your fault that she cheated?
no, I was talking about me though. I was talking about like I've cheated. So it's like I ain't, you know.
Oh, so it's the other way around. Like you engaged on the back part type shit.
I mean, but I've been with girls that cheated before too.
Okay.
But it was, you know, if you saying whose fault it is, I mean, only you could do that action. Nobody could make you cheat. Now, like you could have that energy put out there in your relationship that'd be like, all right, fuck this person, like I'm about to go cheat. But you can just leave. You know what I mean? Now if you try and get back, or like all that other weird stuff, like you trying, you know, have revenge and all that stuff, that's a whole nother conversation. But if you truly unhappy, you know what I mean, you could really just leave. From my perspective of it.
When I hear the statistic, I think it does depend on the time frame too, because then we look at the whole Will and Jada situation.
Oh yeah,
and we kind of touched on that. They was together for so long, and you know, she starts feeling some type of way after a certain point in time, and they linger off. Or even the dude, you feel me? Like they start getting to that sense of unhappiness, and marriage is supposed to be a lifetime commitment. So that's a lifetime of your partner making you feel happy.
So what you think you think people should be given like a hall pass every now and then? Like say if you get like a new promotion at work or some shit, you start getting more bread, you try and celebrate and shit.
But I think that's why like couples divvy into other shit, like, you know, threesomes and shit like that, swinging and shit like that. So it kind of depends on the couple. I'm talking about like the unknowing shit though. You feel me? Like just I don't feel like niggas deserve a hall pass, but I feel like niggas deserve a hall pass. After a long-term relationship, like
at some point, right?
At some point, like it got to be a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah, I don't. You know, that's with women. You know, it is more of an emotional thing as far as like for them to step out in a marriage too. Like you saying 50%, like that's
a high number, man.
That's a lot.
It's a scary number.
Am I surprised? No. I'm not surprised, because that, like I said, it's a lot of emotions that goes into it. And, you know, a lot of times if you consistently unhappy with somebody, you know, there's some situations where it's a girl that's unhappy and they might have somebody like a coworker, or like a long distance friend that they knew for like years before you.
Mm-hmm.
Just something like that, where like, or even an ex, like that they might have, you know, kept in contact with somewhat, and because they unhappy now, this other person may be feeding them everything that they might want to hear from you. So it comes to the point where like you know, I would not advise girls, like if they are going through problems in their relationship and shit, like don't I wouldn't talk to no other guy about that, or like
No other guy.
because it's like men, we get manipulative, and we get in that realm where if pussy is on the fishing line, we gonna do everything in our power to get to that. And if you telling me everything that your man's doing, I'm gonna do the opposite, so I can make you happy, and maybe I might get some pussy out the deal. You know what I mean? So that's that's what comes into play when we talk about marriages. You gotta think this is a hard commitment. This ain't like no boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm just coming to your mom's crib every now and then to come chill with you. Like, y'all living together, y'all see each other every day. Finances, future plans, all that's coming into play. And then people are different. You're not dealing with somebody that's completely similar to you. So that friction that could be coming into play, just with like, you could have a financial situation where like y'all ain't on the right terms with that, and that might linger on for years. And this other nigga come in her way and might take her on one date, and then he fuck after that. Like, so that's that's why people, always say like, yo, marriage is, not easy. And
it's not. Yeah.
Relationships ain't easy. So I can only imagine. I mean, like, I ain't married, but it's like, I can only imagine.
The relationship is supposed to like mimic what the marriage is supposed to be like. So right. I guess if you do build that trust and loyalty, then it should never come to those terms. But it does take a lot of communication, a lot of setting boundaries, and a lot of understanding between the two parties.
Right. Like, niggas went to Miami and they ain't get into nothing. You know what I'm saying? If that was like a couple years ago, like on some like fresh out of high school type shit, it would have been a movie. It would have been a movie. So it's like, you gotta just be able to really grow and be willing to go through any and everything with this person, because it comes to a point where it's not always about the good. Like, it's not, I don't really care about the good. Like, the good's supposed to come like when you meet anybody. Like, it's supposed to be good moments, but I want to know what's gonna happen when the bad shit happens. Like, are you gonna still ride? Are you still gonna be here? Like, that's more of a testimony for me. Like, what happens when we got trials and tribulations? Like, fuck all that Instagram posting pictures when we happy. Fuck all that. And I'm not saying fuck it like I don't care about it, but I'm saying like, that's, everybody does that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does that, but everybody don't talk about their arguments. They don't talk about the bad shit that goes on when they on the verge of breaking up, or on the verge of, separating and shit like that. And I think that needs to be spoken on more, just so people don't feel like they're going through whatever they're going through by themselves. Because it's a lot of people that go through things and they don't know that it's similar stories around them. So yeah, man, that's tough. I couldn't imagine like my wife cheating on me, bro. Because at the same time, it's a lot of marriage. Like, you bring up Will and Jada, they couldn't just get a divorce. You know what I mean?
They got grown ass kids involved,
like,
and they've been together. It ain't in the media eye. That's just not even people in the media eye, but just having kids together for mad long, and just people knowing that's your wife, bro.
Like, if your girl cheat on you right now, you probably leaving.
Yeah, because like, I mean, when your girl cheat on you now, it's like you really gotta put your wants on you. And I think that's the biggest thing. I've never been cheated on personally, but in the past I might have done some cheating and got caught up.
You don't know if you got cheated on. That's the better,
I don't know. I don't know personally. I don't know. You feel me? It could have happened.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I definitely think you got cheated on before.
You probably did. You feel me? She ain't telling me that shit.
Right. Yeah,
I know the numbers on that is probably crazy. Cause it'd be that one girl you had a relationship with, and after you break up with her 2 weeks later, she got a nigga.
Yeah, man. Like,
I had one of those before.
Oh yeah, and you already know just put two and two together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's who you think really moved the foulest though. If you could really like, who you think moved when it comes to cheating? Who you think moved crazy, men or women?
I think it depends, and it's fucked up to say, but it's like, if you a sloppy cheater and people just, you know what I'm saying, figuring out, that means you don't give a fuck about that person. Like, you don't give a fuck. You just being sloppy. Don't get me, cheating is wrong, regardless. But like, if you just sloppy with it and you just leaving your shit all out there, like leaving panties in the car or condom wrapper in the car and shit like that, like nigga, you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But if you more careful about it, at least trying to be, you saying,
Right.
At least you showing you care for that person and you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, right?
Right. Yeah. I think when it comes to being messy about it, that's definitely a men's department. That's
What,
definitely,
like men are more messier when it comes to cheating than women.
Cheating. Like now, you do have women that are messy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like when it comes to, you know, if you try to like do a ratio, I think men will be more prone to being messy. Like we'll keep text messages, we'll keep DMs. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll even like fuck around and I know. Have you ever called a girl the wrong name?
Like, I don't want to talk about that.
Like niggas doing shit like that, calling girls the wrong name.
Lost a girlfriend in the past because I called her the wrong name.
Yeah, like,
called her an ex, bro.
Yeah, that's.
And after that, it was over. Like she wasn't fucking with me no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like niggas do shit like that. You know what I mean? Like just messy shit. And I got I got stories for niggas, but I don't want to really go too deep.
It's
on
too
that
many
shit.
damn stories you can talk about.
Niggas just really do some wild shit and thinking they being slick. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but I still like, and don't get me wrong, the big ass double standard. And This is a male oriented podcast, but I still feel like it's more wrong on the woman's side to cheat. Cause you gotta open your legs to a whole nother nigga, you feel me? Like to give him some ass.
Yeah, I definitely I feel that perspective.
Yeah,
I feel that perspective. I wouldn't say if who's doing work, cause regardless it's bad on both sides. But I get the perspective of a woman having to open their legs and shit like that. Like it's more energy put into that.
It's
like,
more like you letting a nigga in your soul type shit.
Yeah, type time. Oh man,
in your soul though, like not the soul I be in.
Oh
like, nah.
Man, and that's like I said, that's our ego as men, you know, because when you like got a chick, you know that shit, you think that shit yours. You know what I'm saying? Like we give off that energy. That's my shit. You know what I mean?
It's my shit.
So it's like when a nigga come through, you think he taking something from you, like.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we can't. You can only do but so much. You can only control but so much. You could control what you do, but once your girl go into that realm, you know that's her. That's her body. She could technically do whatever she want. Now it's up to you to decide what you want to do. You know what I mean, the choice is always up to, you know, and it's funny because when the person does cheat, the person that got cheated on has a lot of power. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they have power to keep the shit going in a way where, like, all right, now you got people damn near at your mercy now. You feel me? Because they gonna try to do whatever it is to make you happy now.
Yeah.
Or you could just bounce. You know what I'm saying? So that's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, and I've always been a firm believer, like, especially on the female perspective, just let a nigga be then. If you want to do your thing and you feel me, be out here with another nigga, let that nigga go. Let the other nigga go. You feel me? Like, let him know.
Yeah.
Like, real shit. Even vice versa. If nigga, you want to do your thing, go do your thing. Let her go. Let her know type shit.
I don't know. When it comes to breakups, though, it's just, it's weird because it ain't always, and I know I was saying it earlier, but it ain't always the easiest even breaking up with
yeah, you right about that, though.
Like, because there's some people that don't know how, they don't know what no means. Like, they don't know, like, people might have, like, separation anxieties. They might have, like, just weird tendencies when people try to just separate themselves. So that, I don't know, man. And this goes back to what we started talking about. You gotta really get to know people.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the type of nigga, like, first and foremost, I want to know what got you here. You know what I mean? Like, what's your past like? Like, why are we here right now? Like, what went on in your past? And I'm not saying deep, like, I want to know details, but I'm trying to see, like, what are you about? Like, how did you want to be treated that you weren't getting that now?
Yeah.
Or how were you treating somebody that, you know, might have fucked up
and made them go away
yeah,
type shit.
You know what I'm trying to get into everything.
I'm trying to know that. That's the biggest thing. Because how can I, know you as a person if I don't know something about your past or know how you got here, where you at now.
Right.
That's
I'm
the
trying to
biggest
know
thing.
your family background. That's more important than people really think.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have your dad in your life? You know what I'm saying? Do you have your mom in your life? Is your dad the only one raising you? Is your mom the only one raising you? Because that shit is important, my nigga. Like a lot of I'm gonna say majority of the girls that I've dated in the past, like they had like issues with their dads, or like their dad really wasn't like real strict on them, and those were the girls that was more prone to just be more like free spirited in a way. I'll use that word, free spirited. You know
I know what you're talking about.
Me personally, I wouldn't talk to no girl that doesn't have a father in her life, just because like I think all girls at some point need that voice, you know. And it's like, how can you kind of mold your girl, or like kind of give your girl guidance in a way that, you know, is fit for your relationship and is respected if she never even got that from her father. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to her, it's going to always, or it may always come off like you trying to be her dad.
Yeah.
So I think that's tricky. I think you always got to do your background check, you know, when you meet people. It ain't no rush. You know, you ain't got to just cup something up. I mean, just because you like how her vibe when you first meet her and shit. Take your time, man. Like, this shit, it's a marathon, man. For real.
It ain't a race to find out who gonna cuff who the fastest.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of people in the world, bro. Like, it ain't nothing out here that's you know, just one of one. You know, I think everybody think they just, you know, ain't nobody like me, all this other shit. I ain't the type of person to try to be like, you know, you ain't never about to find happiness, or you ain't about to, you know, you ain't never about to be happy no more if you ain't fucking with me. Like, nah, I don't never want to put that energy out there. Like,
nah.
You might not find somebody like me because I'm the only me, but you know, it's a lot of people out here that can make people happy in different ways. So I just, like I said, even when you want to, you know, be in that space of getting a relationship and finding that soulmate, figure them out, man. Get to the mental first. You know, don't have it solely, you know, based on sex, you know. And I know we spoke about this offline, you know, that's important, you know, just as guys, because, you know, a lot of times we kind of, I wouldn't say we kind of focus on sex, but
sex is a big part of the relationship. I mean, let's be honest. That's one of the biggest activities we do as a unit.
Yeah, I mean, facts. So it's just like that's a part where, you know, that's there already. You know, y'all gonna be doing that, but the mental connection is something that people don't ever have. So I personally think, you know, even if you trying to highlight a chick, like I said earlier, like, try to do something different every now and then. If you want to give a compliment here and there, cool. But I mean, try to dig deeper. See, you know what I'm saying? See what she into. See like her what things what hobbies she has. You know, things like that. Like what she trying to do with her life? Just dig deep. You know, I know there's women out here that really like that type of shit. They won't admit it, and I really wouldn't tell. Just advice for women. I wouldn't tell a guy, like, because you know some guys be asking like, what type of guy you into? Like, what you like?
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't tell no nigga no shit like that, because you just giving an actor a script, basically.
Telling him what you want to hear.
Yeah, you giving an actor a script to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm gonna play this role then. Like, so you just, like I said, figure it out. You know what I mean? Figure it out. Figure each other out. You know what I mean? And you just be open to changing, removing the egos is super important.
Yeah,
like,
that's super important.
Knowing when to apologize and shit when you wrong.
Hell yeah, compromising when you wrong and making changes, and that's hard to change a person. And I think that's the biggest thing about relationship is when people try to change, you know, that individual to something that they want them to be. Of course, like you said, you can give them the script and they could be that actor, but eventually the real person is going to come out, and that's always going to be 100% of the time. And just to wrap everything up, you know, that we talked about and shit. like you said in the very beginning of the conversation, for those, that may have gave you the pussy on the first night, you didn't see a future with yourself with them. And that was something from that was kind of strong, because relationships could be built off that first night.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure some people that's married to this day that they might have hit the first night and had a relationship beyond
marriage,
that.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel the same type of vibe, that kind of want, that making you wait makes you want it even more.
Yeah.
And it shows you that the value into the woman, because she values herself
Facts.
so much that she gonna make you work for that shit. Right. So that's a big thrill for me and all. And I think with that's what can set a good basis for a long-term marriage and shit like that.
Yeah. And just when you was talking about changing, like, focus on more so changing yourself. I mean, not versus changing other people. Now you could give your perspective, and like if a person is hurting you or treating you a certain way, you could tell them like what they're doing to hurt you or make you feel a way. But to change the person, there's some things, like, even if you are hurt about things, that could just be your ego getting bruised at some point. So you gotta really dig deep. And that, man, relationships is not. They're not easy, man. They're not easy. They're not hard, but they're not easy either. If you with the right person, you're going to learn shit about yourself. Because in my opinion, my perspective of things, I always look at relationships like a mirror. Your partner is going to treat you how, they're being treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a natural connection. Like, in certain situations, like if y'all arguing and your girl constantly yelling at you and shit like that, maybe you might be yelling at her. You know what I'm saying? It's a mirror. So if that's another thing, if you kind of trying to, discover like, yo, is this something that I really want, like, in a relationship? Or if you already in a relationship and, I'm trying to be married to this person, that's something that you could really look at and outline in your life. Like, am I really, like, learning more about myself from this? Am I evolving as a human in this situation? Because if you're not really evolving, what you in it for? You know what I mean? So
we could talk about this shit all day, man. And we can just drop our experiences, but I'm glad we got a chance to get this conversation off our chest, and I think people learned a lot of jewels from us.
Right, man. You came with the topics today, so this was a good one, man. I fucked with the topics. Getting back to it, man. I'm a nigga COVID free.
God bless on that behalf.
Yeah, man. That was woo. Yeah, but this is the No Apology Podcast, bro. Like, this is what we doing. We gonna continue to keep this thing moving, and it's a couple. We gonna be making some moves. You know what I mean? We really gonna be making some audibles, some moves. I don't really want to speak on too much, but it's the takeover is coming, man. I'm gonna just say that the takeover is coming, and like I said, this is the No Apology Podcast, and we'll see y'all next week.
You already know.